Chapman to be worldwide, coming up next on Chapman News.
And we also have the latest regarding the racial controversy in the Anaheim City Council campaign with Stephen Chavez Lodge.
She's a woman, no, it wouldn't.
Good afternoon, Orange County, and welcome back to Chapman News, our weekly news show. I'm Nicole Swinford.
And I'm Tom Jackson, and I'm glad to be back after a terrific summer. I spent some time back in my hometown in Massachusetts and a bit of sailing. How about you, Nicole?
Well, I'm from Arizona, so I spent a lot of time with the AC on.
Chapman prepares the first step in constructing the state-of-the-art Center for the Arts on campus. Chapman News reporter Amanda Sarantino was at yesterday's celebration.
Chapman University welcomed all to attend the groundbreaking ceremony for its new Center for the Arts.
Life is not worth living. No, doesn't have meaning unless we have music, dance, theater. That's food for the soul.
Right in front of the project excavation site, donors, heads, and students gathered to witness the event. Among the speeches towards excitement to the new building,
when the world comes to see us, we will, Time Magazine will say, they're number one.
and advice to the students,
You have an important thing to do, which is the rest of that book, which is the life.
President Doty announced the title of the center to be named after Paul and Maribel Musco.
It is an honor and privilege for us to name this Center for the Arts the Paul and Maribel Center for the Arts.
Chapman is expecting to see a finished performing arts center in 2015, bringing an artistic venue to not only Chapman students, but as well as professional performing artists and community events in Orange County. The new arts center will allow the university to present world-class performances of opera, musical theater, symphony, theater, and dance.
I'm ready for my pizza.
The $64 million state-of-the-art theater has been completely funded by private donations and will seat 1,050 people. Amanda Starantino, Chapman News.
Recently, Newsweek named Chapman the third most beautiful campus in the nation. Maybe the new Performing Arts Center will bring Chapman to the top.
Former Bay Area Councilwoman Nadia Lockyer, the estranged wife of the state treasurer Bill Lockyer, is facing criminal drug charges after being arrested in Orange on August 28th. Police went to a relative of Lockyer's home after receiving an anonymous tip, finding her there with methamphetamine along with her 9-year-old son. Police say they also saw signs that she was currently under the influence and discovered other drug paraphernalia. Nadia Lockyer resigned from her position as supervisor of Alameda County earlier this year amid a drug and sex scandal.
Orange County firefighters are turning up the heat. The public has now become aware of the firefighters' labor dispute against the city council. Cutting the amount of firefighters on staff could be beneficial financially, but also harmful to safety. Greg Lewin, president of the Orange County Firefighters Association, stated, "We are not asking for 1 penny more, but for 1 penny more, this issue is about safety and nothing else." The grand jury disputes Lewin by explaining that the problem that faces the firefighters is strictly the reduction of funds in these hard economic times. The City Council has presented their last and final offer to the firefighters. They have until 5 p.m. on Monday to accept the City Council's final offer of the proposed contract.
Stephen Lodge throws a game changer into the Latino politics of the Anaheim City Council election. This is where we find out what is really in a name. Nicole CHENOWETH has the story.
The city of Anaheim is undergoing controversy surrounding City Council candidate Stephen Chavez Lodge. This began when political blogger Cynthia Ward filed a lawsuit alleging that Lodge was using the Latino surname purely for political gain. Lodge was ordered to take Chavez out of his name, but as of Tuesday, the judge is now letting Lodge keep the name Chavez. Do you think that someone's racial background or name should play a factor into politics?
No, I don't. I think that everybody should be proud of who they are.
I don't think that a name should really have anything to do with what he's doing here. I think that that's very racial, and I think that it's just wrong.
Person's last name or their heritage does not matter to me if I was going to vote for them or not. It just counts if the person can do the job.
If a candidate had a name that was towards your ethnic or racial background, would that factor into your voting decision?
No, I wouldn't, because I mean, anyone that looks at a name, you know, and anyone that factors that in to decide whether or not they're going to vote for someone is ignorant and shouldn't be voting anyhow.
Wouldn't change my mind whatsoever, their last name or ethnicity.
Although Lodge is allowed to use his name Chavez, the name that is on his birth certificate, he must also add his middle name Albert to the ballot as part of the judge's ruling. But many citizens are still speculating as to why the judge reversed his decision in the first place. Reporting from Anaheim, I'm Nicole Chenoweth, Chapman News.
We did try to get a hold of a member from the Anaheim City Council for their side of the story, but they responded with no comment.
A man has been charged in Orange County with the murder of his college girlfriend. The 24-year-old victim, Alexandra Joyce Tang, was found by the suspect's mother with multiple stab wounds in her Laguna Hills home. The suspect, Derek Pinsky, is expected in court early next week for an extradition hearing. What prompted the stabbing has not yet been released by authorities. The next time you check into a hospital, you may want to think twice about which one. According to a newly released report by the California Department of Public Health, 3 Orange County hospitals have been fined by state health regulators for patient safety violations. St. Jude Medical Center in Fullerton, UC Irvine Medical Center in Orange, and Fountain Valley Regional Hospital and Medical Center are among 3 of 14 hospitals within the state of California that are being penalized with fines ranging from $25,000 to $100,000 on counts varying from patient negligence to not following proper hospital procedure. The hospitals have since responded with claims that they are investigating the ongoing situation, while Fountain Valley Regional Hospital plans to appeal the ruling.
Coming up, we send it over to Brianna with the weather from around the nation and Orange County.
Simmer down. I'll have those updates for you next. You're watching Chapman News.
Follow your dreams. Chapman University, a diverse, well-rounded education. Art, dance, music, theater. Empower your future. The performing arts at Chapman University. Create. Follow your dreams. Chapman University. History, philosophy, peace studies, languages. Study abroad and explore the world. Become a global citizen. The Wilkinson College at Chapman University. Invest your humanity. Lead.
Welcome back to Chapman News. I'm Tom Jackson.
And I'm Nicole Swinford. Well, my fingers are crossed for another sunny weekend this upcoming whatever, but so what do you say, Brianna? Do you grant me my wish?
Hey Nicole, before I can let you know about this weekend's weather, we're going to take a look at this nation's forecast for today. So first, we're going to start up in New York. We have a cold front coming in. We're looking at 80 degrees in Boston, 85 in New York City, and working our way down to Florida. We have thunderstorms in Tampa and Miami and New Orleans. In the Midwest, we have more thunderstorms from that cold front again coming in St. Louis 85, 79 in Kansas City. And however, it is heating up a little bit in the West Coast area. We have 101 in Las Vegas. In Arizona, we have 74 degrees in Flagstaff, 93 in Phoenix. And working our way in California, we have 86 in Sacramento, 90 in Bakersfield, and 79 in Los Angeles. And now for this weekend's weather forecast. We have sunny skies and warm weather, 85 degrees today. This weekend we have high 80s and it'll cool off a little bit by Tuesday into the 82 degrees. So to answer your question, Nicole, yes, you will be getting warm weather for this weekend. Back to you guys at the front desk.
Thanks, Brianna. Last night, President Obama wrapped up the Democratic National Convention with a speech continuing along the theme of change and the promise of a better future. Obama also took the opportunity to take a few shots at Republican nominee Mitt Romney. The president claimed that this opponent would give tax breaks to the wealthy and would continue what the Democrats have labeled the war on women in regards to the contraception issue. President Obama asked Americans to hang in there and give him more time to fully fix the American economy. Los Angeles Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa was the chairman of the Democratic National Convention, and other speakers included First Lady Michelle Obama and former President Bill Clinton and Vice President Joe Biden. As expected, President Obama accepted the Democratic National re-election. The first presidential debate will be on October 3rd at the University of Denver.
Local students are finding new ways to get involved in politics, but their concern for the issues may not be what's driving their interest. Zoe Loza has more.
Every day, the people I meet inspire me. Every day they make me proud. Every day they remind me how blessed we are to live in the greatest nation on earth.
With an election coming up in just a few months, people around the country are glued to their television sets.
While most Americans are tuning in to hear prominent political speakers, many college students just aren't interested.
I choose to spend my time with other things like school or going to the beach or something like that. So I've done a little bit of reading about them.
Circulating the internet and now college campuses are a new way to enjoy political events. Drinking games. This new fad of turning everything on television into a drinking game has certainly affected the way that students view politics.
I think it would pique my interest a little bit more if I could drink and watch politics. That'd be awesome.
I think researching and watching those things drunk might not be the best way to learn about politics.
I think, sort of making fun of politicians or using politics as kind of a sport is, goes back a long way. It's not necessarily a new development.
While it's maybe not the best thing and like the most wholesome thing for politics, I think it's something that's beneficial for it.
I think if you want to watch these events, you should watch and learn about them because it's important to our country and it should just be important to you.
Probably a lot of students really are more engaged than you might think.
Last week's Republican National Convention drew in 22.3 million viewers on the first night, while this week's Democratic National Convention had 26.2 million viewers on night one. From Chapman University, I'm Zoe Loza, Chapman News.
While some students may be focused on things other than the issues, many are still looking forward to this upcoming election.
Labor Day weekend and the long 18 days of cracking down on drunk driving is over. In Orange County alone, over 800 arrested for driving under the influence, with 1 death, down from 2 deaths during the same period last year. The OC Sheriff's Office will have a similar program in place during the Halloween and Thanksgiving season.
Hantavirus pulmonary syndrome has now claimed the lives of a third of Yosemite visitors. This time, a West Virginia resident, last staying there in mid-June. The park is now extending warnings to 22,000 potentially exposed guests. The virus takes up to 6 weeks to incubate, and officials speculate that this could be the beginning, not the end. There's no known cure.
A sleepy neighborhood in Costa Mesa had an early wake-up call Tuesday morning that turned deadly. Zack in Costa Mesa.
We're here in Costa Mesa, where an interesting crime of passion took place. One Adolf Morales, just recently released from prison, decided to visit his ex-girlfriend at her home here on the 1100 block of Atlanta Way. He broke into the home and soon got into a confrontation with another man, this woman's current boyfriend. The confrontation ended fatally, killing this other man. He was stabbed multiple times.
The suspect is still on the loose. Authorities say he escaped in his gray Toyota Corolla. If you have any information on the whereabouts of Morales, please contact Costa Mesa Police. After the break, we bring on the one and only Wes Rappaport with the best campus sports show. What's going on, Wes?
Sports, Chapman Athletics back in action with its first week of games, plus a local coach's vision becomes a reality. The best campus sports show is next.
Chapman News. Go Bears!
Chicago, welcome to Chapman News.
This is Chicago, home of the Stanley Cup champion Chicago Blackhawks, and this city loves Chapman News.
Follow your dreams. Chapman University. Chemistry, physics, computational science, biology. Start doing research in your first year. Soar to new heights. The Schmid College of Science at Chapman University. Explore.
I'm Nicole Swinford.
And I'm still Tom Jackson. Well, but joining us now, we have the one and only sports producer, Wes Rappaport, bringing us the latest in local and Chapman sports. What's going on with this new fall season, Wes?
Well, it's off to a great start. Welcome to our weekly sports segment of our newscast. We call it the Best Campus Sports Show. We're going to begin with women's soccer. Their season started this past week with a win over Whitworth College in a 3-0 shutout. The Panthers look to improve off a 7-8-3 season plagued with injuries. This year's squad returns 8 players who started 8 or more games last year and bring back a talented and experienced offense led by senior forward Amy Evans and junior forward Val Sobel. But don't look past the defense as the 4th-ranked backfield in SCIAC boasts a pair of starters in junior Mandy Williams and senior Carly Sanchez. Last night, Chapman continued its winning ways, topping Lewis and Clark University 2-1 in a closely fought game. The Panthers have 2 more out-of-conference games before starting up their first official season in the SCIAC against Whittier on September 12th. Chapman football gets underway tomorrow night. This offseason, it was a busy one for the Panthers. First, they changed from a pro-style offense to the spread. Then they lost their starting quarterback to a season-ending ACL tear. We're going to send it now over to Julian Solomita, who is standing by with football coach Bob Owens and some members of the Panther football team. Julian?
Thanks, Wes. Right now I'm here with head coach Bob Owens and a couple of his players. Bob, obviously it was a tough blow to lose your quarterback, but lately the other 2 quarterbacks have been pretty tight, competitive in the preseason. Do you have a plan for who's going to start behind center, and will you rotate them come tomorrow?
We'll probably do a little bit of rotating just to find out which guy's hot. But the guys have done a great job. They've stepped in. We haven't lost a beat. As a football team, the guys have just picked up the slack.
Absolutely, and taking on Puget Sound, a team that you guys haven't played before, how difficult was that preparation?
It was, because there's a lot of changes we had to go through, a different team, a defense we really haven't seen before. But coach has done a great job making a good game plan, helping us out, and we're always welcome to come in here and watch film. They're always here pretty much 24/7 to come help us with everything, so really not too worried about it. Just ready to get out there tomorrow night.
Absolutely, and the scrimmage the last week at Claremont, you guys did pretty well. There was no score kept, just to get the feel of things. How did you guys feel you did, and what are you going to do to replicate that tomorrow?
Oh, it was nice to hit somebody else finally after going through camp, and I thought we played really well. Everybody performed really well.
All right, well, 7 p.m. tomorrow night at Wilson Field, the Panthers open up their season. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Julian. Angels baseball hosts the Detroit Tigers this weekend, but the Halos ace Jared Weaver will not be meeting them from the mound. The Cy Young winner took a shot to the shoulder last Sunday, courtesy of Dustin Ackley. And you'll see it right here. That cannot feel good. Anyone else in the AL wildcard race? Send the man a fruit basket. The Angels are 3 games back, and Irvin Santana is expected to get the nod tonight. Weaver will be likely back sometime next week. And here's a look at the week ahead for Chapman Athletics. Women's volleyball plays George Fox in the Cal Lutheran tournament today at 3 p.m., and they'll take on the Banana Slugs of UC Santa Cruz Saturday at 11:30. The Panther football team starts their season off at home tomorrow night. They host the University of Puget Sound under the lights of Wilson Field at 7 p.m. And cross country will compete in the UC Irvine Invitational tomorrow, bright and early, 7:30 in the morning. Visit ChapmanAthletics.com for a complete schedule of Chapman sports. And lastly, it's a feel-good story out of Costa Mesa. Many fathers dream of their kids playing baseball. This local dad's dream becomes a reality in the form of his very own baseball field.
We welcome everyone to the grand opening of Sun Devil Field here in Costa Mesa.
A father's aspiration to find a field for his son's baseball team was fulfilled on Saturday as Sun Devil Field, the new home of the Orange County Sun Devils, opened for its first weekend of games. Bob Klein and his wife Beta founded the OC Sun Devils in 2008.
We couldn't find a place to practice and to play games that was kind of state of the art like we wanted.
So the Kleins, whose son Trevor plays for the Sun Devils, decided that the best way to guarantee a field to play on was to build one. Those connected with the project liken it to the 1989 film Field of Dreams.
Kevin Costner thought he had it hard, turning a field of corn into a baseball field in the middle of nowhere. But he had nowhere near the courage that Bob had in attempting to entitle property in California.
They enlisted the help of other parents, recruited former Los Angeles Dodgers coach Mark Cressy, and together they created a 4-acre sports complex, a project that would take 2 years from start to finish.
This represents something done not by the government, but by an individual who has a dream and wants to make something happen.
It's a time for our family to spend more time with our son doing something that he really loves. I can't describe how important that is.
Through his ambitions, Bob Klein has proven that this field is truly a labor of love, and everyone involved is looking forward to being a part of this unique field of dreams.
Play ball!
Yeah! And Coach Klein told me that the field can be modified, so as the kids get older, they can scale up the field to fit their growth. And just before we go, we've got an exciting update for you. The Best Campus Sports Show is now live on various social media sites. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Best Campus Sports Show, and you can follow us on Twitter at BC Sports Show. And Tom, Nicole, everyone I talked to at the grand opening was so excited to see this happen. Parents, players, coaches, city officials, all of them, they're looking forward to spending a lot more time at the new sports complex. That's it for sports. Back to you.
Thank you, Wes. I'm glad to hear I'm not the only one excited about the fall sports.
Absolutely.
After the break, we close our show off strong with entertainment.
Coming up in entertainment, I have the latest on last night's MTV Video Music Awards and what Korean pop star is taking the world by storm with his new viral hit. All of this and more coming up.
Welcome to the all-new Chapman Radio. With over 100 live DJs, music, talk, and sports 24 hours a day, and content determined entirely by the student on air, Chapman Radio is alternative radio at its finest.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to The Score here, Chapman Radio and ChapmanRadio.com.
And now Chapman Radio is more accessible than ever. You can listen from anywhere in the world on ChapmanRadio.com and also on your iPhone. The station is broadcast on campus in Henley Underground and on the first floor of Arduous Forum.
Yes, I can see you.
Anyone can join, experienced or not, which is what makes college radio so unique. Recently, the all-new Chapman Radio has taken its quality beyond the studio. Anyone can request Chapman Radio to provide a live DJ at any event or party. All this, combined with the most serious DJs, diverse music, and quality show content we've ever had. No time is better to make the all-new Chapman Radio a part of your student life as a listener, or maybe even as a DJ. It's unlike any college radio station you've ever encountered. Chapman Radio, it's your new best friend.
Chapman News. Tom Jackson here with Nicole, bringing you the greatest finale to a first show you will ever see.
That's right. We'll finish our last block of our first show with our favorite, Nicole CHENOWETH, bringing you entertainment.
Thanks, guys. The stars came out for one of the biggest nights in music. The Staples Center was host to the MTV Video Music Awards last night with performances including One Direction, Taylor Swift, and Rihanna, who kicked off the night with a mashup of her most recent hits. One Direction won the first Moon Man of the night with What Makes You Beautiful, winning Best Pop Video. The British boy band also took home the trophy for Best New Artist. Other winners include Nicki Minaj taking home Best Female Video, Drake for Best Rap Video, and Rihanna with the top honor of the night, winning Video of the Year for We Found Love. The award show concluded with Taylor Swift's performing her breakup anthem, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. The man credited with discovering Justin Bieber has another global pop sensation on his hands. Scooter Braun has given the world its next viral video hit, Gangnam Style, sung by Korean rapper Psy, has become the biggest viral hit of 2012 with over 110 million views on YouTube and has climbed to #1 on the iTunes music charts. Watch this clip and see Psy in Gangnam Style action.
여유를 아는 품격 있는 여자 밤이 오면 심장이 뜨거워지는 여자 그런 반전 있는 여자 나는 선호해 낮에는 너만큼 따사로워.
Psy says that Gangnam is a send-up of a hipster district called Gangnam in South Korea's capital city Seoul, which he describes as the Beverly Hills of Korea. The fall television season is upon us with a variety of new shows making their primetime debut, along with some returning favorites might see their 11th hour. The New Normal is creating buzz due to its major similarities in plot due to ABC's Modern Family. The New Normal is the first show to air with major similarities to the ABC hit. Will it flop or succeed in its own way? FX's show American Horror Story is returning for its second season with an entirely new cast and plot. Many are skeptical whether this spooky drama will haunt you the same as last season. Tune in Tuesday, September 11th for the premiere. Other big premieres to catch are 666 Park Avenue and the return of Revenge, with both air this coming Sunday. Two former Chapman University students, Ryan Fontana and Aaron Cool, also known as DJ Sex Panther, are quickly gaining recognition in the electronic dance music world. Sex Panther is currently on tour and has been found playing poolside at the Palms in Las Vegas or at Supper Club in Los Angeles. However, this Saturday, the rising duo is back in their hometown to spin tracks at the Yas Theater in Orange County. Tickets are $15 to $20 and can be purchased online or out the door. So come support DJ Sex Panther as they pursue their passion for mixing music, drinking champagne, and leaving a lasting impression on anyone who hears them. That's all I've got for entertainment today. Nicole, Tom, will you guys be checking out DJ Sex Panther this weekend?
Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to find the time, but tons of people flooded Old Town Orange this past weekend, Labor Day weekend. Alicia Way has the story.
I'm here at the International Street Fair in Old Town Orange, where people from all different backgrounds have come together to gorge themselves with food from all over the world.
People come to shop at a variety of specialty booths, listen to live music, and of course, eat. Each street features a different nationality with food and beverages that represent it.
What's your favorite area of food that you've gotten so far?
Probably Greek right here. It's amazing.
What did you get?
There's a little bit of calamari back here that I've tried. I mostly just like the dancing over here though.
Local businesses also take part in the fair.
We're at the Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory booth, where the store is actually located inside the circle. How is the fair affecting your sales?
We've increased our profit, I would say, twice during the fair. It's a lot of fun being outside with the people, and I love to people watch, so it's a good time.
So I've had a great time here, but now it's time for me to go venture off on my own. For those of you who have never been to the International Street Fair, it's every year Labor Day weekend. I'm Alicia Way with Chapman News.
If you meet the street fair this year, make sure you keep an eye out for it next year. Now, let's see if we can throw a little plug in there. Log on to our website, chapmannews.tv, to see all of our episodes, Chapman Newsies bios, and top headlines.
And make sure you also follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Chapman News, on Twitter at Chapman News, and YouTube at chapmannews.com/Chapman News. And YouTube.
Yeah, it's all this social media. We're too old for that, right? Well, that's it for today. We look forward to seeing you back here next Friday at noon again, I believe. I'm Tom Jackson.
And I'm Nicole Swinford. Thank you for watching Chapman News.